सो हेलो फोक्स, आशा करता हूँ कि आप सब ठीक हो, खुश हो, वेल हो, फाइन हो, गुड हो। तो फिर हम इस वीडियो लेक्चर में खास करके पढ़ाई करेंगे नेटवर्किंग फंडामेंटल के बारे में। तो नेटवर्किंग फंडामेंटल एक्चुअली क्या है? तो एक बेसिक कंसेप्ट भी हम मान सकते हैं अगर आप साइबर सिक्योरिटी फील्ड में आना चाहते हो। सो यू हैव टू बी मोर cautious and you have to learn about what actually the networking fundamentals are and how actually it plays a very crucial and important role in the field of cybersecurity. So you have to be more fundamentally clear, I can say, right? So let us begin the session such that you can have an understanding regarding what sort of activities we need to have, what sort of fundamental knowledge we need to gain. So those all things plays a very crucial role whenever we are entering in the field of cybersecurity. So let us begin the session about networking fundamentals. So in this we will be having this set of objective, right? One is describe the function and operation of a hub, a switch and a router. Okay, so then after followed by we'll be having a discussion on the function and operation of a firewall and a gateway. Then after on the third most session we'll be having a description about the operations, or we can say function or operation of layer 2 switching, layer 3 switching, and also followed by routing. And fourth is all about identify the layer of OSI model and what sort of layers, like it may be from physical layer or data link layer or transport layer or any sort of layer. Everything will be having a discussion on that too. So then after we'll be having a discussion on describe the functionality of LAN, MAN, WAN network, identify the possible media types of LAN WAN connections. So these were the sort of objectives or the learning outcomes which we will be getting once the session is getting completed. Okay, so please be tuned, or please be more cautious about the things which I am going to display, such that you will get an understanding regarding the fundamentals of cybersecurity, or you can say networking fundamentals, right? So you'll have an understanding on that too, right? So once you are aware of these all objective, right, then you will be having a clear idea, or we can say clear blueprint about the objectives, about the description, about the contents, how actually the networking actually works in the field of cybersecurity. So let us proceed. What is a network? So in a very simple layman's language, if I start saying, so network is a connection of data, right? So network is a connection of data, I can even say. So what is sort of data? So it may be some connection of information, I can say, or it may be through your devices which basically connects, right? So those all sort of transfer of data, I can say, is in the form of network, right? So in a description manner, if I say one or more connected devices or one or more connected sets which basically connects to say something, right? So it is a network, right? So we means you all know, right? So you all know it's a clear blueprint, right? It actually explains you, right? So this is how actually the network basically works, or the network flow basically works. So okay, so once computer or devices which has been connected from one network to another network, it may be some server, router, or we can say telephone, or even we can say cloud. Okay, so these are the connection of devices or applications, okay, with internet to other devices. Okay, so this is how sort of network is been explained. Okay, so then after types of network, so what are the types of network we have to understand? So there are basically three types of network, folks. What are the sort of networks, what type of three sort of networks we usually have? One is LAN network, okay, which basically says about a local area network. Okay, so then after followed by what, metropolitan area network, or we can even say man network, right? So that is basically been said as metropolitan, okay, metropolitan area network. Okay, then after we have wide area network, okay, which is been in a very wide range, right? So WAN also we can say, okay, wide area network. Okay, so wide area network basically been used or basically been advanced in every field, right? So you have to understand about the three networking types, which is basically been placed in the form of networking fundamentals. Okay, so then after WAN technology, what is WAN technology? Okay, wide area network technology. Okay, wide area network technology has two more criteria. One is sieged line. Okay, sieged lines. Then after circuit switching, okay, so siege lines and circuit switching are the two most WAN technology which is basically been used. Okay, I just want to apologize if there is any background noise. So you will be having an understanding, folks. You will be having a clear understanding about the things. Okay, so in the previous session we have discussed about the three, or you can say three technologies or networking types. One is local area network, metropolitan area network, and wide area network. Okay, so then after we even have in metropolitan area network, we even have sieged line. Then after circuit switching, so sieged line and circuit switching are two most technology which has been basically been used. Okay, so sieged line, okay, leased lines, not sieged line, leased line, sorry. So leased line basically uses synchronized series. Okay, so it uses synchronous or synchronous series. Okay, synchronous series. Okay, so while when it comes for circuit switch, okay, in basic electronics, or if you are from electronic background, you might have learned about that, folks. Circuit switching, so connection between one to another. Okay, so it may be some our computer monitor, it may be connected to a router. Okay, so it may be connected to some telephone company. Then after one loud, okay, it basically comes under what? Asynchronous. Okay, asynchronous, synchronous and asynchronous. So, okay, synchronous doesn't require it is a just parallel connection, right? So it is just a series of connection, also we can say, which has been connected from one end to another end. It doesn't have any complexity. It is very useful or easily to use. So while when it comes for when we comes for synchronous series of connection, it is complex, I can say, which is much more secure, right? So it has been connected from one to another, and user end to networking, and or you can say client end to server end. Okay, so once the connection is been occurred, so it plays a very crucial role when we discuss about this circuit switch. Then after WAN technology, you can say CONT. Okay, conditional, you can say frame relay and broadband access. So you have this clear picture, folks. One is what? Frame relay, frame relay, and there is what? Frame relay is just about the synchronous series. Okay, one is service provider connected end and networking end. So it is just a sort of user end to connected end through service provider. Okay, internet service provider, we can say as service provider. Okay, so when we discuss about the broadband, right, it is all about broadening our systems. Okay, so it basically maybe uses this service provider uses to companies or homes. Okay, companies, homes, or individuals. Okay, individuals through a set of routers. Okay, it may be some cables, or it may be some DSL, or it may be some wireless LANs. Okay, so this is all comes under what? Wide area network. Okay, wide area network technologies. So network topology and bus topology. So under network topology we'll be having a bus topology. Okay, so what is network topology? So network topology, so network topology is under this we have bus topology. Okay, bus topology. So under bus topology, what actually happens is a segment of connection is being fragmented to different monitors. Okay, segment of connection is being fragmented to monitors through the terminator. Okay, so the terminator, this is how actually the bus topology basically works. Okay, so then after we'll be having a star topology. Then after we'll be having a star topology. Okay, in star topology, a single hub is been connected to different monitors. Okay, so different monitors. Okay, so this is how actually star type topology basically works in the networking. So then after we have extended star topology. Then after we have extended star topology. So under what actually happens in extended sort, you can say star topology, the server which have a different server, so those servers basically connects with n number of devices, or you can say n number of or you can say laptops or PCs or monitors. Okay, so this is how actually star type extended star type topology basically works with a multiple server. Okay, so then after coming to our most crucial point, that is the OSI model. Why a layered network, or you can say why a layered network model? Okay, why a layered network model? Why the layers are been extended? Why we have layered networking, or why we have layered in our networking fundamentals? That's the main question. And in this session we'll be having a discussion on the OSI model. Okay, OSI model. So again I want to recommend you, one is physical layer. Okay, PHYSI, physical layer, followed by what, data link layer. Data link layer. Third is all about network layer. Then fourth is all about transport layer. Fifth is all about the session layer. We can say transport, and after transfer we have session layer. Okay, so then after followed by what, presentation layer. Then after we have application layer. So this where the process flow of the OSI model basically works. Okay, so one is physical layer, then after we have data link layer, again I repeat you. Then after we have network layer, then after we have transport layer, then after we have session layer, we have presentation layer, we have application layer. Okay, so this sort of, I just want to recommend you, please do a written in a written format, please write it folks. Okay, such that you will be having an understanding. So reduce complexity, standardize the interface. Okay, we have facility modular engineering, ensures the operable technologies, accelerates the evolution, simplifies teaching and learning. So that's the reason why we have networking layer. Okay, so the seven layer of OSI model. So the seven layer of OSI model plays a very crucial role, followed by first is application layer, or we can even say upper layer. So upper layer basically have network process to application, data representation and inter-host communication. Okay, so then after we have end-to-end connection, which basically comes under the transport layer. So handles transport issues between host, ensures the data transport reliability. Okay, establish and maintains the terminate, or you can say terminate virtual circuits, or you can even say the operations. Okay, provides reliability through false detection recovery, information control flow, or information flow control. So those, those all sort of activities are being monitored under the transport layer. So then after we have network. So what actually a network basically plays about, and how actually it works. Okay, so network basically provides a connectivity and a path selection between two hosts of systems. So routes data packets, selects best path to deliver data. Okay, then after the network layer prioritize data known as quality of service, or you can even say QoS. Okay, so these sort of seven layer protocol basically been works. Okay, then we have data link. So data link basically defines the formats. Okay, so defines how data is formatted and transmission, and how access to the network is controlled. Okay, so this is how actually the, then the data link layer basically works. Okay, so then after we have physical layer. So binary transmission also we can even say. So defines the electrical, mechanical, procedural and functional specifications of activating, maintaining and deactivating the physical link. Okay, so these were the seven layers which we have discussed folks. Okay, so in the application presentation session layer we have these sort of activities, or these sort of advancement, followed by transport layer, that is all about our end-to-end connections. Then we have network layer for data, provides the connectivity and path selection between two hosted systems. Okay, routers, data packets, then after data link, then after physical. Okay, which we have already discussed. So the session will not be taking much of your time folks. I hope I will be ending this, and the upcoming session will be having a clear understanding about the rest of the objectives which we have which we have discussed in this okay content. So please stay tuned about the next upcoming video. I hope you have enjoyed the session, and probably we'll be having an end of this session, and I hope this session is very informative. Even we have to remember that it is all about English communication and how actually we proceed in the English communication technology, and how we can as any kind of interviews whenever we are entering into the field of cybersecurity, and we have to be more prominent about the learning and the outcomes which basically we place about. Okay, so till then, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for